Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Lunchline Podcast, man. The greatest podcast you never heard. Oh, man, it's great to have y'all back, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man, to the Lunchline Podcast. This is, in fact, the greatest podcast that you never heard, man. I do this for you, right? It was for my first-time listeners, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. For my return, loyal, faithful few. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for always sticking with me, man, and listening to this podcast, man. Hopefully we can all learn and grow. I just want to say, man, I just want to encourage people who are having a tough time mentally right now. Mental health is very important. I don't think it gets talked about enough. I know we addressed it on some scales, but there's a lot of people who are going through, tough things mentally alone. So I would encourage y'all to check in on people. I mean, genuinely check in to see if they're doing all right. A lot of people who struggle with mental health, a lot of us, a lot of you, don't talk about it. I'm one of them. I try to handle things alone, and a lot of times that's not the best course of action. The word says that a man who isolates himself seeks his own selfish desire, and I don't believe it's healthy. There's healing in sharing. There's healing in community. And there's definitely healing in therapy. Brother, therapy is important. I know we come from the hood. I know therapy ain't talked about. I know therapy is something that's kind of foreign to us, but it's very important. It's very important that we talk to somebody and we're able to express what we're feeling, what we're thinking to a professional. And this is going to segue right into today's topic, man.
Lunch money.
So a lot of us are seeking relationships when we should be seeking therapy. I'm going to say it one more time for y'all in the back. A lot of people are seeking relationships when they should be seeking therapy. If you can openly admit that, I'm crazy, you crazy, you need therapy before love and relationships. I cannot stress this point enough. We have to stop trying to get into these relationships with people when we are broken. If you don't love yourself, if you don't love who you are, how do you expect to get into a relationship with somebody and expect them to love you better than you love yourself? That's too much responsibility to put on somebody else. If you don't even love how you look, if you don't even love how you shaped, how do you expect somebody else to love you? Why would you task somebody else with the responsibility of doing something for you that you don't even do to yourself? It's too many people getting into relationships when they need to be getting into therapy. This should be the slogan for the rest of 2021. This should be the slogan for the rest of 2021. We all need therapy. You need therapy before relationships. You need therapy during relationships. You need therapy after relationships. You can never get enough of it. It's very important to make sure that your mentals are straight, that your heart is straight, that you're whole as a person. Stop making it somebody else's responsibility to give you what you won't even give to yourself. You're not even patient with yourself. How you going to sit around here and expect somebody else to be patient with you? You don't even love who you are. You won't even accept your flaws. But society has lied to us about what good relationships are. They have lied to us. All these bullshit ass relationship goals that you see, all these frivolous ass goals that you see, when people holding up keys to houses and their cars, all of this bullshit of what they think a successful relationship looks like. Show you taking a selfie outside of your therapy clinic, your therapy office, or show yourself taking a picture with your therapist like, yo, relationship goals. But we believe the hype. We believe the hype of what they say relationships are. It's been reduced to pictures and quotes. We need therapy, man. We need therapy more than we need these repetitive ass arguments about a man should do this, a woman should. It's like people are infatuated with just the argument. They're infatuated with the argument, like no real solutions, no real desire to have a solution about anything. People are just infatuated with the topic of relationships in arguments. This ain't gonna be your regular old conversation today. I just want y'all to know that. This ain't gonna be your regular old, let me point out what women should do. Nah. It's time for us to really take some responsibility for our actions. Instead of dragging all of our baggage, all of our brokenness, all of our issues, all of our abandonment issues into relationships and expecting somebody to solve our problems. You extremely insecure. You're highly insecure. Your man can't even go to the grocery store without you losing your shit and thinking somebody cheating. That's an issue with you. She can't even go to the gym without you losing it and calling her 50,000 times. Bro, that's an issue with you. Everything that I'm going to talk about today is going to point back to you getting therapy and working on yourself. Stop doing that person a disservice by bringing a half-ass you into a relationship. Do I need to say it one more time? Stop doing a disservice to that person by bringing a half-ass you into a relationship. It's not fair and it's not right. It's not fair and it's not right. We're going to do some serious reflecting and soul searching today. We're going to do a lot of that today. For you people out there who, you sit around and you complain about the relationship that you may be in. You complain about what this person is or what this person ain't. Listen, you chose that person. Who you choose is a reflection of your character. I'll say it one more time for the Negroes in the back. Who you choose in a relationship is a reflection of your character. This nigga ain't shit. You don't even know. You can't dog somebody out that you in a committed relationship because there was something in you. There was something in you, a flaw in you that made you overlook the issue with them to be with them. Now it's your fault. You got to take responsibility for the decisions you make. You ever see a really nice girl, like a girl that's historically known as being a sweetheart, like a sweetheart, like, man, she is a wonderful woman. Like, she's really a decent person. And her dude that she with is it ain't shit from toe up from the floor. Like, it's just, he verbally abusive. He don't take care of his responsibilities. He don't bring nothing to the relationship. He don't have any goals, any dreams, any aspirations, nothing. He don't bring nothing to the table. He has no goals to do anything in life. But she's an RN. She's focused. She's determined. You look at that and you say, what the hell? Why is she even with him? Why is she even? And I'm pretty sure y'all have seen it. Why is she with him? It's because there's something in her. There's a flaw in her that she hasn't addressed that made her settle for this crazy dude. It's time for some self-reflection. There's something in her that said, okay, sure. So it ain't all his fault. You can't always blame the nutso in the relationship. Hell, there's a person who chose them. This gonna be some responsibility accepted today, boy. We gonna take some responsibility for these decisions we make. We gonna take some responsibility for these decisions we make, man. It's enough playing the blame game. That shit is over with. That excuse of no, you chose that person. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. Here's another thing that this is a good one for me. I think in relationships, man, it's important to over communicate. I think during the first few phases of relationships, I think it's very important for y'all to over communicate. Over communicate. I mean, share as much as you possibly can. I don't think that it's weird. I think that it's important because it can get all of that other bullshit out, that frivolous bullshit out the way about, oh, I don't think I should be with them 6 months down the road. Not because I didn't know this was going to be their behavior. Nah, if y'all would have established this shit and talk about this early on, y'all would have never had to worry about that. So if you dating, over communicate. I don't care. Favorite food, what's your goals, what's your dreams, what do you think about sex, how often do you like sex, like all of it, get it all out, make it awkward. It's gonna feel awkward at first, but I think these are conversations that need to be had. I don't think people talk about enough things early on, and then it's like they hop steps. You can't get to third base without first touching second base. You just can't skip over bases. You have to touch each one. But I think people see the person that they like. They get infatuated with how they look. So now they ready to jump all the way to commitment based off of how somebody looks. Are you serious? Why would y'all do that to yourself? We can't do this to ourselves. You can't see somebody, look at somebody and get over infatuated with how they look or how bad their body is to where we skip the growing phase, the communication phase, the uncovering, involving, growing, learning, building phase, to now we want to be in a whole ass relationship based off of feelings, based off of looks and feelings. It's not enough. Listen, I'm speaking as a person who has made these mistakes, right? I'm not perfect. I'm speaking from a perspective of a person who has made these mistakes. You cannot skip to third base based off of bullshit ass characteristics, looks and bodies and all of that. Bro, can I talk to my fellas for a minute, bro? Listen, man. Listen to me, bro. You have to look beyond her body. You gotta look beyond her body, bro. This is for my men. Stop just looking at her body. She has to provide more than that. She has to provide what's in her mind, bro. You need to know what's in her mind. You need to know what's in her heart. I ain't saying you got to date somebody that you unattracted to, because we all got our cup of tea. You know, I want y'all to be able to sip y'all cup of tea. But you got to look beyond her body. You got to look beyond her body, bro. You going to sell yourself short in the end. Nobody wants a beautiful dummy. She's so fine, but she morally messed up. She just morally out of whack. She disrespectful to everybody. You can't be so enticed with how she looked that you overlook everything else. She's got to bring... Well, bro, I can tell you now that there are women who society may deem as dimes, just off the rip, just off the look, that I would never be attracted to. Instead, there are women who society may deem as sixes that have great self-love, have a sense of family, have great values, are respectful to themselves, that love themselves, that are focused, that have a vision for the future, who are way more appealing to me. I'll go for that. I'll go for that woman who society deems as a 6 all day long. All day long. Beauty, I know you've heard this a million times, and this is for the young fellas. Listen, man, how she looks fades over time, but the substance of who she is will last forever. We got to choose wisely. We got to choose wisely. Sister, look, I know homeboy look like Drake. I know he extremely attractive, right? I know he a handsome guy. Baby, you gotta look beyond that. What is his goal for family? What is his vision? Do y'all visions even line up? We can't be so strung up off of how people look to where we don't even know what else to look for after that. Y'all feel me? We don't even know what else to look for after that. Oh, they just look good. That's all we know. Oh, they just look good and they nice. Oh, they dress nice. Over communicate. I can't stress it enough. Over communicate with your person. I want you talk to them as much as humanly possible. As much as humanly possible. I don't think you can do it. I can't stress this point enough, man. Listen, bro, find everything about her that you possibly can. Sis, ask this brother. And listen, if he get bothered by the questions, obviously he ain't the one. Establish early on. Look, bro, I'm happy that we dating. I want us to talk more. I want us to ask more questions. And if he starts to get annoyed, oh, you ask, why you ask so many questions? You just, oh my gosh, you just ask it. All right, go ahead, sis. Keep it moving. He obviously ain't the right one. If you talk to her, bruh, and all she want to do is turn up and get lit and take pretty pictures online, she might not be the one for you, dog. She might not be for the one for you. And this leads me to my next point. We owe it to ourselves. We owe it to ourselves to be honest about what we desire in relationships. We owe it to ourselves. You get one life. Would y'all all agree that you get one life? You get one life to live. We get one life to live. Why should we waste it? Why should we waste it? Not going after what we truly desire. We got to be honest about our desires. And y'all asking what I'm talking about? Listen, stop settling. If you want a woman that's highly family oriented, that's a super freak in the bedroom, go for what you want. If you know that, bro, listen to me. Let's talk. If you know that you don't desire one woman, keep your ass out of a monogamous relationship. Say it one more time for the fellas all the way in the back. If you desire more than one woman, keep your ass out of a monogamous relationship. can't preach it enough. It's really simple. It is a very simple concept. Stop settling for what you don't want. Stop settling for what you don't want. You know, a lot of people, man, men can't be faithful. He can't, bro. I just can't, bro, listen, man, there's a community for you out there. There are women that agree to polygamy and polyamory. Is that right? Am I saying the right word? I think I am. Lifestyles. Go find your community. Go find what's for you. Sis, if you know you want a man that's passionate about traveling, that loves to get out there and explore nature, that's the kind of guy that you like because you like to get outdoors and do things, then you can't settle for a guy who's a gamer. If he like to sit around and play the video game, has a Twitch account, he up 4, 5, 6 hours at night playing the video games, that ain't your guy. That ain't the man for you. Go find what it is that you want. You gotta, that's a legitimate criteria for a person to have. You want somebody that's adventurous, somebody that's outdoor. That's a legitimate criteria to have. I'm sick of these frivolous ass. I want a woman to have six figures. I want a man to have 6 figures. Has to be a 10. Can't have kids. Like all of that unrealistic shit. Like, okay, I get it. Okay, cool. Whatever. Go. There's people out there for you too. But knowing what you want in a relationship, having an idea of the type of person that you want to match it with the kind of person that you are, is something that you need to be honest about. If you're a man who loves to dance, like, yo, I love the salsa. I love to get up. Now we can go to any Hispanic club and we can do our thing. I'm that type of guy. I like to go out dancing every Friday night, or I like to go skating every Friday night. She like to stay home and just read books. She ain't into skating. She ain't into dancing. And you passionate about, y'all bonded, but that ain't something that she want to do. Listen, man, find people who match up to the desires and the things that you like to do. It's a simple thing. It's a very simple thing, man. It's a very simple thing. I'm just sick of these repetitive ass, nonsense ass arguments when people aren't really trying to look for solutions. People aren't trying to look for solutions, man. People just want to argue about this thing to where we're still arguing about who's going to pay the bill on the first date. Like, I look at the scope of family, right? Like, I look at the scope of what families were intended for. Legacy building, growth of community, really developing just the community as a whole. Like, we just developing a community. We're building and we're growing together as a couple. I just don't know how people sit around here and still argue about frivolous things in relationships. I'm like, we still having these fucking arguments. Like, we haven't evolved. We haven't evolved to where you see these panels and you see these people sitting up there arguing about what a man should do and what, like, bro. Like, I know our ancestors are just disappointed. Like, y'all sitting around here arguing about this shit. Y'all supposed to have these foundations in place to move on to really community building and family building. But I understand the black family is broken in a lot of ways because of everything. So I know we starting over, but I kind of get disappointed because these conversations just keep happening and nobody has any real solutions. But I can't stress enough, man, my original point that therapy is definitely paramount. It's paramount. If you running around here and and you mad that your girl got people liking her pics online, bro, your insecurities are raging and you need therapy. It ain't nothing to be laughed at, man. It ain't nothing to be laughed at. The real issue is that you don't feel loved, or you don't love yourself, or feel like people love you. So when their attention is elsewhere, you have an issue with control because you feel like somebody gonna abandon you. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for her. It's not healthy for you. And there's nothing, listen, bro, there's nothing worse than a man that throws a fit over frivolous things like your woman going to the gym or her getting likes on her post. Like, bro, you need therapy. Sis, you want to get violent because a woman gave your man a comment? Baby, you need therapy. You need therapy before relationships. You got some stuff that you need to work out. I just wanted to have a really simple conversation about this. I don't really want to drag this on. I know there's a million dimensions to relationships, and my goal was to really keep this simple and sweet, man. I'm trying to help. But we have to do better. We have to seek professional help. We got to stop dragging our broken asses into these relationships. We got to stop doing that. Hopping from one relationship to the next relationship, and you ain't took time to be alone to even heal. How you was just engaged 2 weeks ago. How you already moving in with somebody? Are you really? Is this what we doing now? But people try to patch up their hurt or their disappointment by throwing themselves into a situation to mess somebody else up. Like, you ain't even fully got over that person. Listen, can we be real for a minute? If we all have been a part of a breakup and we have connected ourselves to somebody through a long period of dating and relationship, through a long period of just intimate relationship of being together, then we know it's hard. It's the transition is always hard because you think about that person, whether they was in the wrong or not, whatever the issue with the relationship was. We know that it's hard to immediately get over somebody if we break up. Can we be real? So that's the time that we take to ourselves, and we don't hop immediately in a relationship just to ignore the real issue at hand, which is we hurt and we need to heal. We hurt and we need to heal. So we gotta stop doing it. You gotta stop doing it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to be better. You owe it to yourself to be whole as a person. Don't cheat your way. Don't cheat yourself out of true healing. That alone period, it gives you the time to rediscover some things, to reevaluate some things. Okay, what did I do right in this relationship? Okay, I didn't communicate well in this relationship. I wasn't able to be open enough about my feelings and what I'm thinking. Simply because I've always been a person who shuts down internally, and I've never been able to express myself from childhood. So I need therapy. Let me go to therapy instead. Let me evaluate what I didn't do right in that relationship. Let me evaluate what I did wrong. Evaluate what you did wrong, sis. Evaluate what you didn't do well. Stop thinking that just because it didn't work out that everything was his fault. No. Not everything was his fault. Not everything was her fault. It's the time to reflect and evaluate and say, what didn't I do well? What can I do better? Self-reflection is the key. It's the key. Because as you start to learn yourself and learn who you are and learn what you like, then down the road, you won't be somebody who immediately just settles just because somebody look good. You won't just settle just because somebody got a big booty. You see what I'm saying? You uncover yourself, you learn things about yourself, then you say, hey, I know from experience what I'm not going to hop into, what I'm not going to deal with. If your last man was disrespectful, you say, yo, that's on me. I decided to get with a man and overlook his red flags, and I end up getting disrespected in that relationship. So now that I've done that, I know next time if I meet a guy and I see some signs of abuse or disrespect, that I know immediately, nah, this ain't gonna be for me, because I've been down this road before. Regardless of what somebody looks like, I've been down this road before, so why should I subject myself to that same treatment again? You feel me? So this comes through reflection, self-discovery, and growth. Reflection, self-discovery, and growth. You owe it to yourself to do that. So now you can make better decisions. But just catapulting yourself into another relationship because you're hurt isn't going to make things better. It's not going to make things better. It's not going to make it better for you because, for one, you ain't wholeheartedly in it anyway. Your heart broken and in shambles and your mind somewhere else. It's a disservice to that new person who may be trying to, give you their all. But you wind up just breaking their heart because you ain't even closed the door behind you yet. So, once again, everything points to therapy, man. Like, all of this points to therapy. I cannot stress it enough, man. And I hope you guys really go out and seek the help that you need. Even if you think you got it all together, even if you think you perfect and whole as a person, I still encourage you to get therapy, to talk to people, to get professional help. And this isn't just to make you for a relationship, but this is to make you better as a person. This is to make you better as a person. I really hope y'all feel me. I hope y'all listening to me, man. We just chopping it up, having a heart to heart today. This is what we do at the Lunchtime Podcast, man. We just chop it up and have a heart to heart. But as the title of this episode says, man, is that more therapy, less dating. I'll stress it too. I'm blue in the face, and I know I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million more, man. And I don't know. I might do a part 2 to this. I might do a part 2 to this. I know. And I might have a guest or two on. I try to stay away from these topics because I feel like they're just the same old regurgitation. But I want to challenge myself, and I challenge you all, man. That's what the purpose of this podcast is, man. That's what we do here at the Lunch Line, man. Is we gon' really eat. But as always, man, I thank y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for your time, man. This is the Lunchline Podcast, man. Y'all have a great weekend. Call a therapist. Read a book. Do something. Self-reflect. Heal. The only way you're going to be better next time is if you heal and you become one with yourself and you become whole. I hope this helps, man. This is the Lunchline Podcast, man. Y'all have a great weekend. And take care. Peace.